Kunja Vihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradari, Yashoda Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Gaurani Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radhe Shyama Sundar Jaya Shri Vrindavandam, Tulsi Maharani Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Yamuna Devi Jaya Shri Vrindavandam, Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Okay, today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Daily hearing and chanting will make you spiritually strong. No animal, bird, or beast. Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 13, purport. No animal, bird, or beast is bereft of this sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. See, that's the purpose of the human life. It's not to chase after, sense pleasure, like the dogs and the hogs. They can also enjoy sex life. That's not the purpose of life, to enjoy sex life and good food. These are all temporary pleasures that even the animals can enjoy. The purpose of life is to attain eternal, unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. That's the purpose of human life. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasure are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the order of sannyas, and they can gradually rise to the status of Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage, not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. So we should imitate these great personalities who are very austere. They give up, material pleasures, and they're completely engaged in yoga and meditation. We shouldn't imitate this because it's foolish, because we'll just fall down, and it's just a joke, it's not real. But we worship them, we offer them respects, and we try to do some tapasya. We try to abstain from material pleasure as much as possible, and hear and chant. This is how we do tapasya. Our tapasya is hearing and chanting. It's chanting Hare Krishna. It's dancing in kirtan. This is our tapasya. It's reading, spiritual enlightening books like the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So this is our tapasya, which is actually very joyful. It's very joyful. To chant and dance in kirtan, what greater happiness is there than that? To read spiritual enlightening books that have just such profound knowledge that just sparks your soul, ignites you from within. It's such a joy, actually. So this is the higher taste. So the more you do, but this is our tapasya. Our tapasya doesn't mean we have to go to the mountains and just eat leaves and, beat ourselves with a whip or something insane, Our tapasya is chanting and dancing and reading, hearing from the Srimad Bhagavatam, reading, chanting, dancing, reading, listening. That's it. Simple tapasya. And through this tapasya, we can attain eternal unlimited happiness. So text 14, Rishibir Yachito Bijay, Navan Mam, Partivam, Vapu, Dugudain Mam, Aushadir, Vipras, Tinayam, Sa Ushatama. Translation, O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by the sages, accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Purport. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of the previous king, the father Maharaj Prithu. The intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the brahmanas, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethrone the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king to discharge his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. So that's how it is. If the king is good, it is the duty of the king to be pious. This is the duty of the king, the leader, to be pious and look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. But if the king is not a good king, if he's an evil king, then the intelligent class of men have to dethrone him for the betterment of society. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord, and the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified brahmanas never aspire for political posts. Yes, real brahmanas, real intelligent people, they don't aspire for these political posts. It's just a headache. They don't desire for this name, fame, adoration, distinction, power. People who take political posts, they usually have some kind of desire for power, fame, adoration, but intelligent people, they don't desire all this stuff. They just desire to serve Krishna, to become spiritually enlightened. That's it. That's what intelligent people desire. Maharaj Prithu excavated many produces from the earth, and thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a king, but the complete sight of the earth also became beautiful and attractive. Text 15, Rupam sa jagre matsyam, chakshushodari samplave, Navyaropya mahimayam apadvaivai svatam. Translation. When there was a complete inundation after the period of the Chakshusha Manu, the whole world was deep within water, and the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected Vaivasvata Manu, keeping him up on a boat. Purport. According to Sripad Sridhar Swami, the original commentator on the Bhagavatam, there is not always a devastation after every Manu, after the change of every Manu. And yet this inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manu took place in order to show some wonders to Satyavrata. But Sri Jiva Goswami has given definite proofs from authoritative scriptures like Vishnudharo Dharmo Tara, Markandeya Purana, Harivamsa, etc. And there is always a devastation after the end of each and every Manu. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti has also supported Srila Jiva Goswami, and he, Sri Chakravarti, has also quoted from Bhagavatamrita about his inundation after each Manu. Apart from this, the Lord, in order to show special favor for Satyavrata, a devotee of the Lord, in this particular period, incarnated himself. So, if you're a devotee of the Lord, Krishna will show some special favor to you. He'll bless you in so many ways beyond your imagination. So he'll bless you in ways that will make your life unbelievably great. Krishna will do that for you if you're his devotee, a sincere devotee. Because we're not capable of creating any kind of amazing life. Krishna can do that. Only Krishna can give us an amazing life. It's not going to be because of it's not because, we're not in control. Krishna's in control. So if we want an amazing life, Krishna will arrange it for us. We can't arrange anything, really. Due to ignorance, we actually think we're the controllers, we're the doers, we're creating things. But actually Krishna is the only doer and the only creator. So man disposes, God proposes. We have some desire, so Krishna will decide if he will allow us to fulfill these desires, or he'll give us even better experiences than we can even imagine. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srila Prabhupada's lectures. Buddha, his theory is that due to the combination of material elements, this body has come into existence. Now, some way or other, if these material elements are separated or dismantled, then the cause of distress is removed. That is his. Just like you have got a big house and the tenants or the government or tax collectors, they give us too much trouble. So if you think that better to dismantle this house so that to get rid of all these troubles. So this theory that is separating the material elements by which this material body is formed, if they are broken or if they are sent back to their original position, then we are free from all distresses material. But we, at least those who are following this Bhagavad Gita, this philosophy does not say that the material body is all in all. Beyond this material body there is spirit, and the symptom of that spirit is understood by consciousness. Consciousness, we're aware. We're aware of things. This is consciousness, awareness. Everything that we're experiencing is because of consciousness. And this consciousness that is aware of everything is the soul. Consciousness, that is the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Now you cannot deny consciousness. You cannot deny consciousness. And consciousness body minus consciousness is a dead body. So body without consciousness, it's a dead body. Body without the soul, it's a dead body. Everyone knows it. A child can understand it, that I am speaking, you are hearing because your consciousness is present. My consciousness is present. This is a symptom of the soul, consciousness. As soon as my consciousness is detached from this body, then the same mouth will not speak, the same hand will not move, and the same ear will not hear. So consciousness is the life force, is the soul. A body without the soul is a dead body, it has no value. So if we are consciousness, if we are spiritual, we need to feed ourselves with spiritual nourishment. We need to give ourselves spiritual nourishment. That is chanting Hare Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. Krishna, please engage me in your service. My dear Shri Radhe Shyama Sundar, please engage me in your service. Please free me from this material existence. Please make me qualified to serve you. Please make me qualified to enter into your eternal pastimes. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Guru Parampara ki jai, Srimad Ayanta Prabhu ki jai, Sri Vrindavan ki jai, Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Haribo, Jaya Radhe Shyama. Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy.